So let's move on and let's get Maven installed. I have my terminal window open here. So I have two tabs right now. The first one that we use to start up Tomcat, and the second one where Artifactory is running. I'm going to open up another tab, go to my home directory. Let's make sure it is the home directory and do the same procedure that we did earlier, which is copy the Maven folder, not the contents, the folder. If you do this, it's just going to copy the contents. So the folder under DevOps. And if I look at DevOps, I should now see Apache Maven. So let me go into DevOps, Apache. Okay, so there's not a whole lot of setup or configuration changes at this point to make changes to Maven. There's something that we need to set up for Maven to be running correctly. So I'm going to go to the home folder for myself. I'm going to display everything that is hidden as well. We're going to create a bash profile. So on Windows, you would be doing this under user settings option. So I'm going to create a vi.bash profile. And there's two things that I need to set in order for Maven to work correctly. So one is it needs the Java settings. So even though my default Java is set, I'm still going to make sure that I set up my Java home. So Java home, in my case, I already know that there is a symbolic link for the Java that's installed under my system. So it would be, the symbolic link is user libexec and Java under home. So that is where my Java home is. Or if you actually do a echo of this variable, so if I open another tab and I do echo dollar and I do slash user slash libexec slash Java home, it will point to where my JDK is installed. But I want to use the symbolic link because in the future, let's say I change my version of Java, I do not need to worry about changing my bash profile or Java home setting. So the second part is Maven settings. So under here, there's three variables that we need to add. One is I need to add where my Maven directory is, or where my M2 home is. So in my case, it would be under users, dev, DevOps, and Apache Maven dash 3.5.0, right? And then I'm going to add a M2 variable, and I'm going to say it is using the M2 home and the bin where my scripts are, where my executables are. And then we're going to add this to path. And this would be, I'm going to prepend the M2 to the path variable. I'm going to save this. So basically what I did is, if we look at my bash profile, we have set the variables. Now on Windows, you should be able to do the same thing by setting up either under the system. If you are the only user, you can set it under system settings, or you could set it under, if you have multiple users, you can set it under this user settings. So either system settings or user settings, and that way you have the Java home setup and the Maven setup. Okay, so now we need to reload the bash profile, right? So there are two ways to do it. One, you can reload it, or you can open another tab and it's gonna have the settings that's defined in your bash profile. So I do source and I'm reloading the bash profile by doing that. And now if I do maven dash version, it should show my Maven home to be set correctly. And even if I do Java version, it should show my JDK version. So Maven is set up right now, and we are good to go with both Maven and the Java home variables to be set up.